Welcome to Step by Step Study. In today's lecture, we'll see the remaining topics of index numbers. As you remember from the last lecture, there are two topics which are left to be done, which is Consumer Price Index or Cost of Living Index and uses of index numbers. In the previous video, we saw all other topics, only two topics were left which I told I will be discussing in the part 2 of index numbers. अगर अभी तक आपने वो वीडियो नहीं देखा है, so please go and watch it so you can understand this part 2 better. So first of all, let's see the topic 1 which is cost of living index जिसे हम consumer price index भी बुलाते हैं. So actually consumer price index होता क्या है? Consumer Price Index measures the weighted average of prices of a basket of consumer goods. I'll keep on writing these things which are important. Basket of consumer goods. So it measures the weighted average of prices of this basket of the consumer goods. अब उस basket में हम क्या क्या ले सकते हैं? उस basket में we could take the transport cost or we could take food, then Medicare expenses and so on. Now, the changes in this consumer price index, which is calculated as the average of the prices of this basket, they are used to assess the price changes associated with the cost of living. अब consumer price index निकाल लिया, उससे हम निकालेंगे changes in this consumer price index. What do they signify? This is now used to assess the price changes which are associated with the cost of living. अब जो price changes होंगे वो हमें बताएंगे cost of living के बारे में. Hence the name cost of living index. How cost of living index? Cost of living index because cost of living index measures the relative cost of living over time or over regions. Cost of living index because ये हमें बताता है about cost of living over time, that is कि over the past years, और cost of living over regions कि किस region में cost of living कैसा है, purchasing power कैसी है. So it does allow substitution with other items as prices may vary. Alright. So to know the effects of changing prices on the cost of living of different classes of society, we need a special type of price index called cost of living index or consumer price index. The name is used interchangeably. Now, the formal definition says that it is the index number which measures the average change in prices paid by the specific class of consumers for goods and services consumed by them in the current year in comparison with the base year. As I told you in the earlier lecture also, comparison जो भी होगा वो base year से होगा. What is base year? Base year is our representative year with which the comparison is to be made. Now, the change in price affects the cost of living, as I told you, of the concerned class of consumers. Therefore, CPI is also called cost of living index. Now, when we construct consumer price index, there are a few steps to be followed. Not for the numericals, but in general, when we construct the consumer price index, these steps have to be followed. अब ये steps क्या हैं? The first step is selection of consumer class. अब जो consumers हैं, they are classified into various classes. Like they could be industrial laborers, or they could be government employees, or they could be agricultural laborer. I'm just writing the short forms, okay? So we should select the class of consumers according to the requirement of our study. जो भी हमारी requirement होगी, we select the consumer class based on that. The second step after having selected the consumer class is information about the expenditure and the basket of goods. अब expenditure और basket of goods क्या होगी? So the basket could be like it could be groups like food, or it could be clothing, then it could be fuel and light, or it could be like say education, healthcare, and so on, healthcare, etc. So these are sort of groups which we make to form a basket of goods. So also we need the information about the expenditure. अब expenditure कितना हो रहा है इस पे? अब expenditure अगर हमें find करना है तो we should know the commodities which they consume. Let me write it here. Yeah, the commodities which they consume. अब commodities पता चल गया तो उनकी quantity of consumption पता होनी चाहिए. Then अगर quantity पता चल गई, we should also know the prices of the concerned goods and services. And after that, when we know the quantity, prices, and commodities, we get the money spent on these goods and services, which is nothing but our expenditure. Then the third step is choice of the base year. We know that base year must follow some basic requirements which I taught you in the previous lecture. Also, base year should be the year of economic stability, which is one of the requirement. It should not be too distant from the current year अगर हमें एक valid difference find करना है, and the base year should be based on our studies objective जिससे हमें compare करना है और the representative year. Then the next step is information about the prices. Now, the retail prices of certain commodities or items should be collected so that we know the information about the prices. Then the last thing is weightage to be used. As we saw, it is a weighted average. So, अब कौन सी weightage use करेंगे? I told you in the earlier lecture also. Remember we had a formula RW, and I told you as for now I'll just give you the values of weightage, but in the next lecture I'll teach you how to find this weightage. So here the selected items should be given weights according to their relative importance. Weightage तो इसी फंडे पे दिया जाता है. But then there are two ways to give the weights, or two ways of according the weightage. The first one is quantity weights. अब quantity weights क्या होते हैं? This is given in proportion to the quantity consumed in base period. क्वांटिटी कंज्यूम्ड इन बेस पीरियड को हम कैसे डिनोट करते थे? Q नॉट. कंजम्पशन इन बेस ईयर. और द एक्सपेंडिचर वेट्स. अब एक्सपेंडिचर वेट्स क्या होते हैं? दीज वेट्स आर गिवन इन प्रपोर्शन टू द टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर ऑफ आइटम्स कंज्यूम्ड इन द बेस पीरियड. अब टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर क्या होगा और बेस पीरियड मतलब P नॉट Q नॉट. Why P naught Q naught? Because P naught is the price in the base year and Q naught is the quantity consumed in the base year. Therefore, P naught Q naught forms our expenditure in the base year. So, in दोनों weightage पे there are two methods which we get, and I'll tell you that now. So, there are two methods of constructing the consumer price index. First is the aggregative expenditure method, and the second is family budget method. If you remember from the previous lecture, I told you aggregative expenditure method when I was teaching you Laspers price index. Also, I taught you family budget method when I taught you the formula RW upon W, summation RW upon W. Alright, So first of all, let's see aggregative expenditure method. अब aggregative expenditure method, it is similar to the last year's price index. Why last year's price index? Because we use the quantities of the base year as weights here. Let's see the formula for the consumer price index using the aggregative expenditure method. The formula says consumer price index is summation P1 Q naught upon summation P naught Q naught into 100. अब यहाँ पे P1 Q naught P naught Q naught क्या है? P1 as we know is the price of commodities in the current year. I'll just write C year so that you know it is current year. Then P naught क्या है? Prices in the base year. Then Q naught क्या है? Quantity in the base year. Therefore, here we are using the base year quantities as the weights. And why is this method called aggregative expenditure method? Aggregative expenditure because the expenditures, that is price into quantities, are aggregated both in the numerator and denominator. You can see कि the expenditures are aggregated. So numerator, that is P1 Q naught, shows the aggregate expenditure in the current year, obviously क्योंकि price current year के use में है, and the denominator, which is summation P naught Q naught, shows the aggregate expenditure in the base year because the prices and quantities of the base year have been used. So this was the first method of constructing consumer price index, which is also called aggregative expenditure method. तो अब second method क्या है? Family budget method. If you remember from the last lecture, I told you what is R, what is W and so on. But last lecture में मैंने आपको directly weights दे दिए थे numerical में, and I told you कि हम next lecture में I will give you detailed review about this R and W. So here R is the price relative R, which is current year's price relative of the various items. अब इसका फॉर्मूला क्या होगा? प्राइस रिलेटिव है तो करंट ईयर प्राइस रिलेटिव है तो P1 अपॉन P नॉट इंटू 100, where P1 is the current year's price of each commodity and it is divided by the base year price of the respective commodities, and on multiplying it by 100 we call it price relative of the current year. अब प्राइस रिलेटिव तो हमने लास्ट लेक्चर में भी देखा था. The question arises कि W क्या है? Here W is the weight which is equal to the P naught Q naught. P naught Q naught क्या है? So this is the aggregate expenditure on each item. Aggregate expenditure मतलब P into Q, you know, on each item. Hence the weight of a commodity is calculated by multiplying the price P naught in the base year by the quantity consumed in the base year, and hence we get our weights. So the price relative of each item is multiplied by their respective weights. Therefore price relative is multiplied by the respective weights, and all these products are added up to give us summation RW. न्यूमरेटर आ गया. Then denominator कैसे आएगा? Denominator is calculated by summation W, where W is P naught into Q naught. Therefore, the final formula which we get for the consumer price index or the cost of living index comes out to be summation RW upon summation W, जिसे हम लिखते हैं sum of products of the price relatives with the weights upon sum of weights. अब इस फॉर्मूला को अच्छे से रिमेंबर करने के लिए यूज करने के लिए लेट्स सी अ क्वेश्चन. Question says there are some items given and quantities which have been consumed in base year, prices in the base year and price in the current year, and we have to find the cost of living index number or the consumer price index for the following. So I will teach you how do we find CPI, that is consumer price index, and cost of living index number using the two methods which we learned जो थे एग्रीगेटिव एक्सपेंडिचर मेथड एंड फैमिली बजट मेथड. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट्स सी द क्वेश्चन. आइटम्स दिए हुए हैं राइस व्हीट एंड सो ऑन. क्वांटिटीज दी हुई है विच हैव बीन कंज्यूम्ड इन बेस ईयर. प्राइसेस दिए हुए हैं बेस ईयर में प्राइसेस क्या थे एंड प्राइसेस दिए हुए हैं जो करंट ईयर में थे. द फर्स्ट मेथड which we will be seeing is aggregative expenditure method. Alright, so items we have taken as it is. Quantity in the base year. I have not taken the units in which they are expressed because it is of no use taking them, because we know the formula is summation P1 Q naught upon summation P naught Q naught, so वो वैसे ही cancel out हो जाएंगे. So the quantity in base year which we denote by Q naught, price in the base year P1 P naught, then price in the current year P1. These all things have been given. So पहले हमें देखना चाहिए फॉर्मूला क्या होता है. Formula for consumer price index is summation P1 Q naught upon summation P naught Q naught. So P1 दिया हुआ है, Q naught दिया हुआ है, yes it is there, then P naught is also given. First let's find out P naught Q naught for the respective items and then we will add it up. So Q naught ये रहा, P naught is here, 5 into 24 कितना हुआ 120, then 1 into 16 16, 2 into 12 24, 4 into 5 20, 5 into 4 20, 40 into 1 40, 10 into 2 20, 1 into 20 again 20. So we found out P naught Q naught. Let's take the summation P naught Q naught here itself, which comes out to be 280. और हमें क्या चाहिए, हमें चाहिए P1 Q naught. अब P1 is here and Q naught is here, so 5 into 30 which makes it 150, then 20 into 1 20, similarly 2 into 18 36, 4 into 6.25 25, 5 into 5 25 again, 4 into 1.5 which is 60, then 10 into 2.5 which is 25, then 1 into 25 is 25. Therefore we get summation P1 Q naught as 366. तो दो वैल्यूज आ गई P naught Q naught के सम की एंड P1 Q naught के सम की. लेट्स सब्स्टिट्यूट and into 100 is also there in the formula. So summation P1 Q naught क्या आता है 366 upon summation P naught Q naught is 280 into 100, which gives us the consumer price index as 130.71. Alright, so there are also questions where the quantity of the current year are given. That is, कुछ questions में Q1 दिया होगा and not Q naught. Q0 नहीं दिया होगा, Q1 दिया होगा. That is quantity consumed in the current year. In those questions, you can just substitute Q1 instead of Q naught. That is summation P1 Q1 upon summation P naught Q1. उन questions में Q1 नहीं दिया, Q naught नहीं दिया होगा, therefore we will use Q1. So हमने देखा एग्रीगेटिव एक्सपेंडिचर मेथड, जिसमें हम एग्रीगेट एक्सपेंडिचर्स लेते हैं करंट ईयर में एंड बेस ईयर में एंड उनको ऐड करते हैं एंड वी सब्स्टिट्यूट इन द फॉर्मूला. Then the next method which we see for finding the consumer price index is family budget method. फैमिली बजट मेथड. सो फैमिली बजट मेथड में कैसे होता है? We remember the formula for CPI is summation RW upon summation W, where R is P1 upon P0 into 100 and the weights which we use is P0 Q0. सो इससे हमें पता चल रहा है P1 अपॉन P0 इंटू 100 भी कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा एंड P0 Q0 भी कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. फर्स्ट लेट्स सी हमें क्वेश्चन में क्या क्या दिया हुआ है. क्वांटिटी इन द बेस ईयर दिया हुआ है मतलब Q0 दिया हुआ है. प्राइस इन द बेस ईयर मतलब P0 दिया हुआ है. प्राइस इन द करंट ईयर मतलब P1 दिया हुआ है. सबसे पहले वी विल कैलकुलेट द प्राइस रिलेटिव्स जिसका फॉर्मूला था P1 अपॉन P0 इंटू 100. अब P1 यहाँ पे है, P0 या P0 ये है इंटू 100. सो 30 अपॉन 24 इंटू 100 वैल्यू आएगी 125. 20 अपॉन 16 इंटू 100 अगेन 125. 18 अपॉन 12 इंटू 100 150. 6.25 अपॉन 5 इंटू 100 125. 5 upon 4 into 100 125 again, then 1.5 upon 1 into 100 150. 2.5 upon 2 into 100 125, then 25 upon 20 into 100 125 again. So P1 upon P0 into 100 आ गया. अब इस R को प्राइस रिलेटिव को हम W से मल्टीप्लाई करते थे तो उसके लिए हमें W दैट इज वेट्स भी चाहिए होंगे विच इज P0 इंटू Q0. सो P0 ये रहा, Q0 ये रहा. 24 इंटू 5 120. 16 इंटू 1 16. 12 इंटू 2 24. 5 इंटू 4 20. 5 इंटू 4 20 अगैन. 40 इंटू 1 40. 10 इंटू 2 20. then 20 into 1 again 20. अब हमें इन दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई भी करना होता है R into W को. Just a small reminder, just don't listen to the videos. Take a notebook and pen and keep on making notes or keep on writing it or practicing it as you watch the video. खाली वीडियो देखने से कुछ नहीं होगा. It would be great if you keep on writing it. उससे आपका concentration भी बनेगा and you will practice the question side by side. Okay, so RW, R यहाँ से आया, W यहाँ से आया. 125 into 120 gives us 15,000. Then 125 into 16 2,000. 150 into 24 3,600. Then 125 into 20 2,500. 125 into 20 दोबारा 2,500. 150 into 40 6,000. 125 into 20 2,500. then 125 into 20 again 2,500. सो फॉर्मूला में हमें क्या क्या चाहिए? समेशन RW. सो RW ये रहा, इसका सम निकालेंगे, ये आता है 36,600 समेशन RW. और क्या चाहिए? समेशन W. सो समेशन W comes out to be 280. This is 280. So फॉर्मूला में सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं. समेशन RW which is 36,600 upon summation W which is 280. Again the CPI comes out to be 130.71 जो कि एग्रीगेटिव एक्सपेंडिचर मेथड से भी सेम वैल्यू आई थी. मेक श्योर जब हम एग्रीगेटिव एक्सपेंडिचर मेथड यूज करते हैं वी मल्टीप्लाई द CPI by 100, but when we calculate this CPI using the family budget method into 100 नहीं करते हम फाइनल में, बिकॉज हम प्राइस रिलेटिव निकालते हुए into 100 कर चुके थे. सो हमने क्या किया, पहले हमने पहले प्राइस रिलेटिव फाइंड आउट किए, देन हमने वेट्स फाइंड आउट किए, देन आर डब्ल्यू फाइंड आउट किया, देन समेशन आर डब्ल्यू निकाला, देन समेशन डब्ल्यू निकाला, एंड देयरफॉर वी फाउंड आउट द कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स और द कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इंडेक्स यूजिंग दिस मेथड। अब हम जब पढ़ रहे हैं कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स और कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इंडेक्स के बारे में, सो ऑब्वियसली देयर मस्ट बी सम यूजेस ऑफ इट। कम टू द यूजेस ऑफ कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इंडेक्स। फर्स्ट यूज जो होता है कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इंडेक्स का, वो होता है फॉर्मुलेशन ऑफ प्राइस पॉलिसी। अब प्राइस पॉलिसी कैसे? सो दिस कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स कैन बी यूज्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट टू फॉर्म पॉलिसीज ऑन द प्राइस। बेस्ड ऑन दिस गवर्नमेंट कैन डिसाइड कि प्राइस कंट्रोल करने चाहिए या ड्यूअल प्राइस पॉलिसी अडॉप्ट करनी चाहिए या पीडीएस सिस्टम को इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहिए। ऑल्सो गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज जैसे रेंट कंट्रोल हो गया, देन टैक्सेशन हो गया, या फिर इकोनॉमिक या फिजिकल पॉलिसीज हो जाती हैं, दे आर फ्रेम्ड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स नंबर्स टू अ लार्ज एक्सटेंट, सो इट इज रियली यूजफुल। द सेकेंड इज वेज एडजस्टमेंट। अब जो कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग है, दिस कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर वेज एडजस्टमेंट। कैसे? लाइक द रेट्स ऑफ डीए, that is dearness allowances etc., which are decided by the government are based on this index. So it is also used for wage contracts and wage agreements of the workers. Then the third use is measurement of real value. Real value kaise? Because this index is used to measure the real value of rupee या फिर its purchasing power and the real income purchasing power. Then fourth is analysis of the markets. कैसे analysis? For the specific commodities, for their demand and supply. Then the last is national income deflator. So real change in the national income can be estimated using these index, and so these indices are used as deflators of the national income. सो ये बात हो गई हमारी यूजेस ऑफ कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इंडेक्स की। सो अभी तक हमने पढ़ा कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इंडेक्स या फिर कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स क्या होता है, देन हमने देखा द मेथड्स ऑफ कैलकुलेटिंग इट, एंड फाइनली वी सॉ द यूजेस। सो नाउ जस्ट वन टॉपिक इज लेफ्ट विच इज यूजेस ऑफ द इंडेक्स नंबर्स एज अ होल। हमने पूरे 2 लेक्चर्स देखे कि हम इंडेक्स नंबर्स क्या होते हैं, उनका यूज क्या होता है, देयर स्प्लाइसिंग, देन बेस शिफ्टिंग, बेस चेंज, कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स एंड सो ऑन। सो इतना कुछ पढ़ा, मतलब ऑब्वियसली दे आर यूजफुल टू अस एंड तभी हमने पढ़ा होगा। सो द first originally index numbers were developed to measure the effect of change in prices only, but now they are widely used to analyze the businesses and the economic data. Let's see इसके uses क्या होते हैं one by one. So first use जो इसका होता है वो है जो हम real variables को find out करना चाहते हैं, that is conversion of nominal variables to real variables. अब जैसे नॉमिनल इनकम हो गई, उसको हम रियल इनकम में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं। देन नॉमिनल सेल्स होती हैं, उनको रियल सेल्स में थ्रू एन एप्रोप्रिएट इंडेक्स नंबर। सो सीपीआई सर्व्स एज एन इंडिकेटर ऑफ रियल वेज ऑल्सो, इंडिकेटर ऑफ रियल वेज ऑल्सो। व्हाई? बिकॉज रियल इनकम क्या होती है? Nominal income upon the CPI of that year. Let me give you an example. Suppose 1970 में the price of a certain commodity was ₹100. Then 1980 में, sorry, in 1970 I got an income of ₹100. Then 1980 में I get an income of ₹300 and the corresponding CPI were 100 because ये base year है, and 400. सो नाउ आई वांट टू नो कि मेरी परचेजिंग पावर इंक्रीज हुई है या नहीं, या फिर मेरी रियल इनकम इंक्रीज हुई है या डिक्रीज. कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे? रियल वेज या रियल वेज इक्वल्स टू क्या? नॉमिनल इनकम. नॉमिनल इनकम 1980 में क्या है? 300 अपॉन CPI of that year, which is 400. So it is 75 in comparison to rupees 100 in 1970. So it shows कि मेरी इनकम, नॉमिनल इनकम, ऑल्दो नॉमिनल इनकम मेरी इंक्रीज हुई है 100 से 300, बट माई परचेजिंग पावर हैज डिक्रीज्ड which is due to the price increase. Now the second use is adjustment in salary and allowances. मैंने आपको लास्ट स्लाइड पे भी बताया था कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स, हाउ दे आर यूज्ड फॉर द एडजस्टमेंट इन सैलरी एंड allowances. Also there are different types of price indices which can be used for wage and salary negotiation and to compensate the employees in case there is price rise, which can be done in form of DA also. Then cost of living index helps the government and private enterprises to make necessary adjustment in salary and allowances. Okay. Also, अगर increase in cost of living index होता है, then they suggest कि salaries and allowances must increase. So we saw two uses till now कि हम कैसे nominal variables को real variables में convert करते हैं and कैसे salaries में adjustment होती है or the allowances etc are decided by the government and the private end. So the third use is various indices are again useful to the government in framing policies. कौन सी policies? Taxation policies हो गई, wage and salary policies हो गई, economic policies हो गई, and exports हो गए, tariff, custom etc. Fourth use, we can also use the cost of living index to compare the cost of living across different cities. I told you कि हम comparison between the regions कर सकते हैं, and it can be used to make adjustment in the HRA, house rent allowances, city compensatory allowances. All of you know कि at times when you see the job offer, the allowances differ on the basis of cities or some other special allowances. Then the fifth use is it is useful to the businesses. कैसे? Because price indices help them in planning and decision. Planning और decision कैसे करते हैं वो? अपने प्रोडक्शन डिसीजन से. वो कैसे होता है? Seeing the trend of prices कि whether they should invest more or not, प्रोडक्शन डिसीजन कैसे लें. Then the sixth use is information regarding production. कौन सी प्रोडक्शन? इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन के इंफॉर्मेशन भी देते हैं. The indices of industrial production give the information regarding industrial production. Then indices of agricultural production give the information about agricultural production. Then business activity, exports and imports, etc. And they are useful for comparison between different places. And अब इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन का बताया है तो इंडस्ट्रियल पॉलिसीज के लिए यूज हो सकता है. एक्सपोर्ट्स इंपोर्ट्स के प्रोडक्शन का इंडेक्स है तो वो एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट पॉलिसीज के लिए यूज हो सकता है, and so on. Also, sometimes the index numbers are useful to correlate index related to one industry, say the cement industry, to the index of another industrial activity so as to understand and predict the changes in the first industry. Construction. So for example, अगर हमारा cement industry है, that can keep a track on the construction activity. Cement industry can keep a track on the construction activity. Now you must be wondering कि cement industry construction activity पे क्यों उसका क्यों ट्रैक करना चाहेगी या फिर ट्रेंड्स क्यों देखना चाहेगी? Because if construction index number is rising Obviously, it means that the cement industry can expect a rise in the demand for cement because cement is used as a product here. Therefore, this index number or the index numbers are useful to correlate the index related to one industry to the index of another industry or activity. So that was all for index numbers. इन दो lectures में आपके index numbers completely cover हो गए हैं. Please like the video so that we know कि आपको content अच्छा लग रहा है. You can also comment down. If you have any doubts, you can comment down in the comment section. If there are any suggestions, you can suggest us there. If you don't like the video, we give you the full right to dislike it so that we know. And also please share this content with your batchmates or your friends, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much. Take care.